Hey guys, coming to you tonight from beautiful Cali, Colombia. I wanted to give you 3 things to think about as you really begin your money journey in 2024. And these aren't like action items that you need to go do. It's not this 1, 2, 3, 4 list that you need to do to get rich. No, it's just a few things to get you in the right mindset as you begin your money journey. Well, actually, I did lie a little bit. You do have one assignment at the end of this, but I swear it's very quick. It'll take you just a few minutes every week, if even that. But this is really just going to get you in the mindset before we give you really any of the tools to even get started on your money journey, budgeting, saving, and securing your future. So the first thing to know and to think about when it comes to money, to get you in that money mindset, is to really ingrain it in your brain that money is just a tool. And like any tool, guys, it can be used, misused, or abused, right? So take the classic example of a hammer, right? It doesn't really matter how many hammers you own. It doesn't matter how hard you hammer that hammer. What it matters is that you're successfully building a strong house with it, right? Hammer, yeah, it can be used to build a house. It can also be used to bash somebody's knee in, right? It can be used for good and bad. Just the same thing with money. Money is not good or evil, guys. It is just a tool. It can help you have a better life, or it can ruin your life, right? And I just hear a lot. I hear on both sides, right? There's people that'll say, "Oh, that person, they're super rich. You know, they must have stolen it all or come by it in some unbecoming way." And I also hear people say, "Oh, you know, that person over there, you know, they're poor, they're not doing so well, like they must not work hard, they must not have their, you know what together. They must not have a very good work ethic." And really, all of that is to say there's grains of truth in both of those sometimes, but that obscures the larger truth about money and earning money, that it doesn't define your self-worth. And ironically, the sooner you recognize that money does not make you a good or bad person, that it's just a tool for improving your life, or it can be used towards destructive ends, and it just matters how we use it, the sooner you realize and get rid of those preconceptions about money being good or evil, or sometimes both, ironically, the better relationship you're going to have with money, right? So we need to get rid of those preconceptions. So that's the first thing to think about in 2024. Second thing to think about, that money is often inextricably linked with your relationships with others. Chances are that if you have an insecure relationship with your friends or family, you can't say no to that big trip that your family always takes or that your friends always take, in order to invest in yourself, to invest in your own self-improvement, because you're afraid that they're going to disapprove. Chances are, if you have that kind of insecure relationship with your friends, then you're probably not going to be that great with money. So really, as you start this journey, I encourage you guys to be selfish a little bit and actually think about, how am I improving myself? How am I building my own foundation, right? Do I have a good relationship with myself? Am I doing things that I'm proud of, regardless of what other people think? Even if it means that what I think are friendships, but they're probably really not, are gonna come to an end during this journey, right? So getting ourselves in the mindset that we may lose some people that we think we were close to on our way to financial freedom. And I think, guys, yes, this is about financial freedom, but if we get in that mindset, a lot of other opportunities and a lot of other great relationships are going to open up in our lives as well, right? So that's one great thing to think about. Third thing to think about, that when we think about money, and it builds on the second, we should always be thinking about money. This is the one thing we should be obsessing about when it comes to money, is how can it improve my self-being, right? Or my well-being, better said. Whether it comes to a career or health or just anything I need to improve truly improve my personal well-being. And once again, this is the theme of getting a little selfish, but in a good way. Guys, if we're taking care of ourselves, if we're thinking about what ways can we use our resources to improve our career prospects or improve our networking or whatever in our lives, chances are that we're going to be able to earn more money, we're going to be able to be happier, and we're going to be able to restore that good relationship with money because we're using it in a way that's fulfilling rather than draining, in a way that is long-term rather than ethereal. So those are your 3 things to think about before you even touch a budget, before you even worry about an emergency savings fund or a 401k or an ETF or any of those crazy terms, right? So now that you've thought about those things, and I want you to think about them, as we get in 2024, if you do have a toxic relationship with money, definitely think about those things. So if even thinking about those things brings you anxiety, if thinking about money brings you anxiety, here's my assignment for you guys. And it's not going to take that much time. And like I said, it's not going to be a full guidebook on, how to be the richest person in the world in 2 weeks. So all I want you to do it right now, is take out your phone and open up your notes. I'm an iPhone user, so I guess it would be notes. I don't know what it is for you weird Android people. But anyway, and really next time you make a purchase, write down everything you feel. Write down what you're thinking, maybe even who you're thinking of, right? And just take 30 seconds to do that, whether it's at the grocery store or it's on that next Amazon binge or it's that subscription to that, latest streaming service. God knows what they're bundling these days. I don't know, I don't really, watch TV that much. But anyways, just any purchase you make, frivolous or not, write down how it's making you feel. And then at the end of this week, I want you guys to review that list and just kind of go through those feelings and don't judge them. This is a meditation exercise, right? Just reflect on them. And once again, we're not judging, we're just noting, we're reflecting. And I think just that self-awareness, when you do get to the point where you're building a budget, is going to help you budget better because you're already going to be in the mindset of what spending habits and patterns are toxic to you and which ones are fulfilling to you. And once you really recognize that, the budget really doesn't, fall that far behind. You're probably going to have a good budget faster than 99% of people. But anyways, guys, those are my mindset tips. That is the notes. That's my tip on how to, really be conscious of that mindset. And we're going to be bringing you a lot more content too on more practical steps, less woo-woo like we've just done. So stay tuned. I can't wait to see you guys in the future.